Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are trying to get this STI back onto the road. If you guys have been following along, we got this car running, hit the dyno, and we're able to get a few street miles on the car, but then as soon as we tried to beat on it, the transmission is acting up where it would lock us out. I've come to the conclusion it is my slave. It is not properly bled, and today we are going to be re-bleeding it, and hopefully that fixes our issue. I do not have a bleeder, but Devin so graciously has let me borrow his. So today we are going to be attempting to re-bleed this slave, and hopefully that takes care of our issues. If not, that is an issue regardless that needs to be fixed. I'm just hoping this is the root cause and the car will be able to drive after this. For you guys that don't know, I hope this is visible right now, but it's hard to tell, but there is not a whole lot of pressure on the clutch, which is, I'm assuming, our root cause. This car was able to drive before shifting just smoothly normally, but I believe there's not enough pressure in this system. When I go to flat foot, it does not fully disengage the throwout bearing. Therefore, it is like hitting a brick wall when you're trying to shift. So I have never actually ever bled a slave cylinder, brakes, never done anything like that. I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward. This obviously goes on to the nub on the slave where the fluid goes through. Yeah, I've never done this before, so we are going to see how this works. It cannot be hard at all. I do not believe you put fluid in here. I believe this is where the air is going to be coming out of. But I don't know. We'll go ahead and add some fluid, get that bleeder cracked, and see if we can get some air out of the system. I feel really dumb right now. I've never done this before. But it's either we put fluid in here or we don't put fluid in here. I'm gonna hook it up with no fluid and let's see what happens. I think you have to be pushing the clutch. You wanna go inside and push the clutch?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Starting to feel different. Yeah. Feels better.
Normally I feel like you see fluid moving through these lines. So
I would assume so, but I don't really know. But it does feel different.
yeah, let's see how that feels. I'm putting fucking fluid in there.
What you think?
I think we gotta put fluid in here because normally I feel like you see fluid moving through the lines. So I'm gonna put fluid in here, see if that does anything. See if that's enough.
Why would you put fluid in there?
I have no idea.
Is it like a pickup or anything, or?
I thought maybe like suck it in. I don't fucking know. Why isn't there fucking fluid? I'm so confused. I don't think putting fluid in here did anything.
I don't
at
think
all.
so. No.
Fluid back into the reservoir. Did it feel like any different at all?
I can't tell if my leg's just getting tired or it's feeling different. I
I
don't
just
know.
feel like normally you see fluid moving through this. That's why I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I cracked it a little bit more and I got...
Well, now it's completely to the floor. So.
Okay, so it was doing something. Hey, I don't think it was cracked open enough because when I cracked it open, it just...
Yeah.
Huh. We'll see. Take two.
Okay.
I see fluid in the lines now.
Well, that's a pretty good start.
Pull it back up with your foot. Just shoot it back up.
No, I can't fucking get it back up.
Oh, is it?
Hey, can you hold this for a second? There you go.
Push it down? Is it just gonna drop again?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's pulling a lot of air out. I'm getting this on camera. Might be hard to see on camera, but we're finally getting some, looks to be air out of the system here. I'm assuming that air was also from when I cracked the bleeder some more.
Yep.
Oh geez, that really got...
Yeah, that's what I was.
That looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Some really gross fluid in the system, I guess. Well, there's quite a bit of air in here. Well, I think that's normal because that's just a pressurized system.
Yeah. But every time you do that, it releases the pressure. You want me to just pump the clutch so you can see what it was doing when you were doing it?
Is it getting tighter at all? Is it still just like drops all the way?
Is it moving around line at all?
Mm-hmm. Slowly, yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm spacing the name, but let me just explain. I've been doing everything wrong, bleeding the system. I've had the bleeder cracked this whole time, even when engaging the clutch. I have to tighten the bleeder and then pump the clutch, and then I will break it open to suck the air out. I've not been doing it, that's why the clutch is dropping to the floor every time. But the nub for the bleeder is an 8mm, and I cannot find my 8mm wrench. So I need to find something I can use to loosen and tighten the bleeder. We found an 8mm wrench. Bo had the great idea. He has a small tool collection, and he ended up having an 8mm. So this should make life a million times easier. It was hard for us because we could never really properly get the bleeder tightened all the way. We can get it loose, no problem, but when we would tighten it, it'd still be cracked, which made it very hard to actually bleed the system. So hopefully now that we have one, it should go a million times easier.
Let it be known that toolbox does not get used very much.
No, it was hidden, covered in dust under one of the shelves.
Yeah.
That goes onto the clutch fork. That pin is moving at all when I push the clutch down.
Yeah. Moved out, that was it.
Okay.
I like your dipstick.
Yeah, I fucking shot out. Oil fucking everywhere in the engine bay.
I do the same thing. Except, mine just blew out from the bottom instead. Do you think the bubbles are just coming from the black line on that
Might be, yeah.
piece? Do you want to just zip tie just in case?
Yeah. Not a whole lot of space to zip tie it. Does it drop to the floor now, or does it come back up on its own?
It drops like halfway, but doesn't come back up. But you kind of have to push through the last couple, or like the last inch or something to get it all the way down.
Is it mainly fluid coming through?
It doesn't look like anything's coming through.
As soon as I stop for a minute, it just fucking loses it though. So confused. Is that like really tight on there? The nub?
I mean, it's about as tight as it's gonna get with that thing in the way.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not loose at all.
So we've been fighting bleedingless for I don't even know how long. It's been quite a while, and it's doing exactly what it was doing before. The more you would press and build pressure, it was awesome, but the second you let it go, it would fade away and you'd lose pressure. And I just realized when I was first putting this motor together and I was taking off the slave, I realized the seal on the slave was very wet and leaking. I completely forgot about that, and I believe the issue right now is it's not keeping pressure. As you guys can see, we have the bleeder completely tightened, and you'd go to build pressure here. This should hold, but the second you let go, it loses all its pressure. So that leads me to believe that it is a slave issue. It is not a necessarily air in the system. It is the slave that is not holding it. So unfortunately, I do not have a spare slave lying around here tonight. I'm gonna try to go to Subaru and see if they have them laying around. If not, I do have to order it unless I can find one locally. But that is the issue. I'm very confident in that, which is a huge bummer. I really wanted to see this car run and drive tonight, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. And you guys can see all the air in the line too. So we're not getting a proper seal, which I guess is causing air to go into the system, but there is no fix I can do right now. We just have to wait for a new slave cylinder to come in. It is now the next day. We were recording this last night, trying to get this video done ahead of time for you guys. So it was quite late when we were recording, trying to rebleed this. As we came to the conclusion, the slave is bad and leaking, which I knew about and I completely forgot. So that is why we could not pressurize the system. Today, I was trying to find a slave locally so I could finish off this video for you guys. Out of every store I called in Spokane with like a 100-mile radius, oddly enough, not a single person had one, not even an aftermarket one. So unfortunately, we do have to wait a few days for the new one to come in from Subaru. So unfortunately, we're not able to get the new one put in and rebled and see if that fixes our issue and drive this car. So unfortunately, that is going to end today's video. I really wanted this video to be everything done together, but things do happen, and we do have the new one on order though. So I am doing every other day. That is why I'm going to be finishing off this video how it is. So in this next video, we will have the slave in and rebled, and this car will be back on the road, hopefully, unless there is a deeper issue. But I'm pretty confident that once we get the slave put on, it will fix all our issues and we will be able to drive this car in the next video.